Let me.
Okay.
We've been on about 8 minutes. I was thinking we would. Oh, hold on.
Like Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals.
Who got him?
The Cardinals.
Yeah. God damn. God damn. Hold on. You don't try to tell me. I'll do this. Make it this.
To the Raiders, he didn't have this breakout rookie year because the pieces were paired in. It's the same question.
There we go.
He's a first ever coach. He's instilled so much confidence in you.
And let's go ahead and work Minnesota. You bid.
I feel you. You are the first running back to be taken in the top 5 since 2018. Why would your skill set translate to the NFL?
It's just a blessing. I feel very honored to represent the running backs.
Running back.
That's to improve. It's a special piece ago.
Congratulations,
Thank you. So the Titans pick is in. The Giants started already. The clock is still. This is going to be like cardio. And it just the Giants reached Tennessee's highest. And so we have weapons. That's basically it. Yeah, well, since they can't work there, he's sure he looks very out. That is, yeah, love. Love versus it's just not right. And in 2026 NFL draft, Tennessee Titans select Cardinal T.
I knew the tape.
In playoffs, better pay out, probably tell you.
One of my real folks is received as J. Rule, or then chat up with equal to that contaminant a whole spot with warm works, pulling the peak off down to react after it gets through. I mean, it's just special. You think you got the step? Yeah, like the chat working.
It's close. I've something to do today.
God damn. Yeah. God damn. Nah, my team.
Like this time.
Tape.
Done now.
They decided to get him some weapons in Tennessee.
Who they got?
Yeah, Cornell Tate. So they got him a receiver.
But you know they were looking to get Jeremiah.
Yeah, but Jeremiah's in Arizona now.
Yeah, that's why he couldn't get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I tell you, with Jeremiah, he and Price, they remind me as a combination. They remind me years ago when you had Arkansas had Felix Jones and Darren McFadden.
What channel that's on?
It's on the NFL Network.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And what's your name, man? Showing up.
I think ESPN probably showing it too.
ESPN got basketball on. Hold on, let me see.
I think Price and Love remind me of that combination. Like I said, McFadden and Felix Jones. I think Price might end up being a better pro than Love for some reason. And it plus it depends on not just ability, but where you end up also. Him going to the Cardinals and the Cardinals being not being as a what you call it, not so good of a team. So we got the Giants on the clock now.
I'm also
And is this from him there?
just heard 500.
Looks like they're working on trying to get the draft down in time because now they've gone from 15 minutes in the first round per pick to 10 minutes. Now they're down to 8 minutes per pick in the first round.
Turn the offseason on again with the NFL app. Your home for all things NFL. It is time deeper access with the subscriptions and NFL Plus. The picks and deeper access with the subscriptions and NFL Plus. For picks, the moves, plays. One place. Scan now to score 40% off. NFL Plus. Welcome home. Welcome back to Pittsburgh, the National Football League draft. The New York Giants selection is in at number 5. And here comes the commissioner Roger Goodell to make the announcement.
Okay, Giants. I wonder if they went DT to replace Dexter Lawrence.
In partnership with the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, TAPS, one of the NFL, we are honored to honoring the Major League United States tragic fatal injury from deployment in Afghanistan. He's survived by his spouse, Tracy, and their 2 sons, Andrew and Benjamin. He was raised in the Hudson Valley and was a lifelong friend of New York County. A tradition she proudly carries to his sons. Both of their sons, Andrew and Benjamin.
But he's a pass rusher as opposed to really stopping the run.
5 overall, that is the highest pick any John Harbaugh team has made in his head coach.
Yes. 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 We are coming in live. Where the Giants just picked up Arvell Reese out of Ohio State. What you think about that pick?
I think they're trying to pair him with Abdul Carter from last year to hopefully get them 2 pass rushers off the edge. And that's to make, and that should kind of, but still, what are they going to do about stopping the run? They were horrible stopping the run last year with Dexter Lawrence. So I want to see if they're going to try to shore that up in the 2nd or 3rd round on the upcoming days. But if Reese and Carter both develop into what the Giants expect them to be, that will give them a very good pass rush coming from both sides of the field. So I don't have a problem with that.
I think it's a sorry pick. I'm not even about to sugarcoat it. Big Ten defense, blah. Penn State, a buddy came from there last year. What did he do? And now they going out trying to get some more help.
It's typical.
What did Harbaugh not see on film?
It's typical of Harbaugh. That's what he likes. And, you got to be able to rush the passer these days. And I'm sure they're thinking he's going to bring them a pass rush and hopefully free up so that Carter on the other side won't.
The second coming of Michael Parsons didn't do that. With Sexy Dex.
Well, Sexy Dex is overrated and was having issues last year. But I think that should free up both of them because you're not going to be able to double team both if they develop, which is the main thing. There's a big if. But what are they going to do about stopping the run, though? That's what I want to know, because it doesn't matter if you got a pass rush if you can't stop the run. People just run on it. So
yeah, the run has come back. Most
definitely. It's a hardball pick, though. It's a hardball pick.
Absolutely. But I just want to make sure everyone knows. So welcome to the No Jazz Show. This is live at the 2026 Thursday. Where are we? April 23rd, Thursday, April 23rd edition of the No Jazz Show. We are going to take you through the picks. And for what you just seen when we came in, Arvell Reese came in for the New York Giants. And right now, you've seen Fernando Mendoza, of course, go number 1. 2, the Las Vegas Raiders. Then at number 2, you saw David Bailey, the edge rush out of Texas, go to the New York.
That was a little surprising to see him going to number 2 overall. Yeah.
But he might be humble. Like he might have told him, I'm willing to pay for the checks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Jets are now understanding that everybody don't want to come there. And if you show me you don't like it here, we might try to switch this thing up. Then with number 3, we have Jeremiah Love. I think that was a little high.
You know me, I'm partial. You know me, I'm partial to back. So what I like seeing a back go that high And what is it? The return of the backs. Hey, the return of the backs.
The only thing I'll say about that pick is NFC West, he might be all right,
Yeah.
except for San Francisco. We're coming up on the sixth pick.
Yeah. You see, the Chiefs just selected Mansour Delane.
I'm a little second behind you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they just selected him. So,
What they're doing, they're trying to soar. They went ahead and got that. That's the cornerback out of LSU.
Yeah.
So people are falling as they may. Because the only thing that matters. When do you all pick?
Oh, we picked 20.
One after Cowboys' second pick. Yeah, 12 and 20. If they don't trade down and trade up. Yeah. So
what do you think about them pick? What do you think about Kansas City's pick?
That's a good pick. Like we were thinking if he was on the board, we were looking at cornerback, and if he was on the board, but we knew he might not be on the board, it was projected that we were looking at him. But I had him going a little higher. I think pairing him up with those other corners, and they've done what they needed to do as far as the offense is concerned.
I think you froze up on me
last year, so they should be all right.
Yeah, I think you froze up on me, KD. I see you, but hold on, let me see what's going on with mine.
So guess what? So July McCoy that lingering knee injuries, he became the guy at corner. But you got to guess if they're
But Aaron, why'd you mess with me when I'm doing this? What? Aaron, you supposed to have been in all of that so we wouldn't even be going through this. You supposed to have go, Aaron, and come right back. What time do you get off? Aaron, I'm trying to do this and you doing all that mess. I told you before, when I'm doing this, don't be bothering me. And this is the last time. You had done what you were supposed to. I could have dropped you off.
What are you talking about? I didn't do what I was supposed to.
Aaron, you should have been back way before me. You should have.
Before I had to go to work.
You were supposed to have brought it back and instead of doing all that.
I didn't do all that. I came in here, I wanted to sleep and didn't waste any gas. This process, but they said you might be
and it's 10 minutes to 6 now, so you finna go there and be late.
Financial wise, is awarded to one player each year and celebrates their profound impact on and off the field. I'm joined on stage by operators Liz Pine and Ron.
Both locked.
At some point this weekend, this fun is just being third. Damn, right. I talked to Adam Peters this last week, the general manager of Washington. I was talking about Steve's panels and how he would be a perfect fit for Robert Saleh because he had been around Fred Warner in San Francisco. He had been around Fred Russian in 24. He was very active when they used him as a versatile chess piece. For a defense, it was pretty bad last year. Washington. What's going through your mind as you see a kid of a guy you won the Super Bowl with? Yeah, emotional looking at the stage being drafted. It starts with obviously how old you are. What's really cool to see the styles seeing him there.
You have now been saying your brother was a junior will be drafted this weekend. What do you remember about these little boys in a match this night?
That was awesome. He's my best friend, my inspiration. Just chasing around. You dream about this as we're 5 years old. So to see it all black military and their families. Not just because it's the right thing to do. It's in our DNA. Those values our founders share. Service, loyalty, integrity. Those are the things we live by. Our members know. Let's say it.
Man,
Unofficial duty for tools. Time to
I should have put the. Can you hear me?
Tackle projects. You stock up on new tools at Harbor Freight. Whether you're a pro or just like doing things yourself, we've got the quality tools and savings to start your future off right. So come celebrate spring savings at Harbor Freight.
This is built. One choice, one comment, one.
Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I thought my thing. Back on, man. Hey, Got a small outage in the area, man. What's going on? Bear with me 2 seconds, man. That's what live is, man.
Yeah.
That's what live does.
Yeah. Sonny Styles. Let's see what he bringing.
Yeah, so many styles, so many styles, so many styles. This got picked up by, man, that's too heavy on defense for our rivalry.
Yeah,
And the Giants about to pick it
it's
up.
3 Buckeyes. It's 3 Buckeyes.
About that.
I said it's 3 Buckeyes.
No, that's what I'm saying. Are they from the state of Florida? No.
I'm not sure about Styles.
Sonny
No.
Styles, well, they still haven't picked up the cornerback yet, have they?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me hold up. Yeah, I'm not even worrying about this too much due to the fact that I changed my studio around. As you can see, I'm not in New York. I don't have the city time, but yeah. So we got another selection coming up, and in between, I just want to try to know this is the No Jazz Show. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We are live on RUSSELLTANKER. We are live on the link our No Jazz Show page on the group page. Make sure you join that. We are live on TikTok. We are live on Twitch. Also live on YouTube at NOJASSSHOW. Now hold that down and let this pick come in.
Yeah, the Saints just picked Jordan Tyson. So they're giving Tyler Shuck some help at receiver.
Right.
To go along with Chris Olave. So it would give them a good 1-2 punch. And Alvin Kamara is still lingering around in the backfield. So I would like to see the Saints pick up another running back. Yeah, Kamara's getting long in the tooth, and he's not exactly the most dynamic runner these days. So maybe in round 2 they'll go out the price.
That's the talented wide receiver with all the injuries, right, Tyson?
Yeah. So that gives them a potential good 1-2 punch because, like I said, they got Chris Olave. Tyler Shuck is gonna have a year of starting under his belt, so he should be better. So the Saints offense overall should be better, especially if they can shore up the line as well. What do you think about the NFL changing the draft as far as the first round? Initially it used to be 15 minutes per pick. Then
8 minutes.
Last year, it gone from 15 all the way down to 8. What do you think about that?
I don't think you need 15 minutes in between. I never thought you needed 15 minutes in between trying to figure out if someone took your pick and now you got to reshuffle your pick. The NFL has been looking at these guys since college this year. Then you have the combine. If you haven't came up with your ABC plan and you have everybody free agency, like that's all I'm saying. You don't need 15 minutes. And let's never forget the debacle when years back, historically, I forgot who that was. Was it the Saints? The Vikings. The Vikings. Took them 15 minutes to come up with nothing. So
yeah, and I think they've done that twice. The Vikings
done that twice. So all I'm saying is technology. As many people that are in the room, I think they need to cut it to 6.
I also think they did it because of time. Also, you're looking at 2.5 hours max.
Yes.
Now with the first round, and it comes on at 8:00 on the East Coast. So you saying and it's Thursday. So you're talking, okay, 10:30, we're done. It's just like a Thursday night football game.
Get it in,
so
get it out.
It's the same. It's following the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good thing. I think it also shows again why the NFL is cutting edge and does everything better than every other league in the United States. They just get it. They manage to get things right when it comes down to engaging the fans as well as being time conscious.
Right. How much doesn't that time shut down in the second and third round? Like you don't get.
Yes, it goes down.
It goes down anyway. So yeah, I mean.
And we see the Browns, their pick is in. We're waiting to see who it is.
Yeah,
and the Giants
on
the
me.
clock.
Like you are a good 2 minutes ahead of me.
Okay. Yes, I won't announce who that pick is yet, but just know the Giants are on the clock now, and they got that number 10 pick overall because they made that trade.
I got the Browns still on the clock.
Yeah. No, the pick is in. I'm showing the pick is in for the Browns.
The pick is in, but not the Giants on the clock.
Yeah, and that's their second pick, number 1 pick in the first 10 picks because of the trade for Sexy Dexy. So maybe the
Right, and all of
Giants
that
would
just happened.
go.
So once
Yeah,
they
so
look
maybe
at
the
what
Giants would go defense again.
and let's look at this again. Let's go back to your point of 8 minutes versus 15 minutes. You made that trade with the understanding, oh, we got a strategy already.
Yeah, yeah.
Already, we know what when we got rid of Sexy Dexy, we know what we want to do. We know
Mhm.
what we want to do. So you don't need 15 minutes to figure that out.
So
And the Sexy Dexy trade was what, 3 days ago?
yeah.
You
So
go
do
ahead
you
and
think
announce
the
I got something
Giants?
I want to do anyway.
Okay. So well, they haven't showed the Giants Browns pick yet, just saying the pick is in. But do you think
Got
the
you.
Giants are gonna try to replace Sexy Dexy now? Or do you think that now they go offense? Or do you think they go secondary? Because I think they go defense because their defense was horrific last year.
What do you think? Is this
And
Cleveland's second pick in the first round?
and it obviously it saved some money.
Oh boy,
And now we got
what is
Spencer
going on?
Fan, offensive tackle out of Utah, was selected by the Browns. So the Browns are trying to give Shador or whomever winds up being the starting quarterback a little protection up front. I never have a problem going O-line in the first round, but I do recall Jimmy Johnson, his thing was not necessarily going high.
I think you kept going. Francis Mariota, I'm pretty sure that picked up for you, man.
Yeah,
This
I think they listen.
via satellite is kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I
Via satellite.
think it was. Yeah, because I'm not sure when it goes out if I'm still recording or not. I don't think it is.
No, you.
I wasn't aware of that. Okay, so I keep going.
Yeah, you keep because when I come back, Miss for anybody out there that's listening, he turns into your host. Session is still going. Yeah.
What do you think about Miami? About the Giants picking Francis from Miami as the DT? I figured they would go ahead and for them they say upgrade at a cheaper cost by picking him up and letting Sexy Dexy go
Right.
to the Bengals.
Hold on now.
And this is a Harbaugh pick. He got a pass rusher, and now he's got someone who should help plug the defensive, help with the running game as far as stopping the run.
They
So
already got him updated.
yeah. Now Dallas is on the clock.
Hold on now. You think you're saying you think they would have upgraded for Sexy Dexy instead of going
I
with
think
offensive tackle?
Yeah, I thought they would get a DT. I thought they were gonna go and get an OT, a defensive tackle, to take place of Dexy being gone to pair with the pass rusher they got. But I don't have a problem with them going offensive tackle.
Yeah. I don't.
You gotta keep your quarterback upright.
Yeah, you gotta see, and that's why I believe they went with it. I believe they went because if they had Sexy Dexy, he probably Magua might have been their first pick, and the reason why is because I think they do have Scatterbo and the quarterback to worry about. Like I really think that was a priority, so they were going to go that way anyway, even without Dexter. So
now I do expect the Giants to go running back in the next 3 rounds. One of the next 3 picks I expect it to be running back.
I think they might go Thunder Lightning. I really think they might.
Yeah.
They see Scatterbo is he's not an every down back.
Yeah. No, he's a good cult hero, and you put him in, he could do some things. But I think they might go after Washington Jr. out of Arkansas as far as the running back, or they could go after Jadarius Price. I think they want to get a running back who's got better size, still got breakaway speed, which Washington and Price do, but it's also sturdier. I don't think they're going to get another back with the same dimensions as Scatterbo has.
Right. Now, as we wait on this pick, question for you. Do you think there's ever a scenario where the Major League Baseball, because we are watching the NFL draft, and every year this happens. The NFL draft is going on around the same time as the first round. And those ratings shift to young guys for whom we don't even know. The ratings just shift. And that just shows you the power of the behemoth of American sports, which is the NFL. So my question to you is there ever a situation where you think Major League Baseball being third and the NBA being second can shift and surpass the NFL as far as popularity is concerned, where this might not happen?
I don't think so. And another reason I don't think, and part of the reason I don't think so is, and it's a different game, different sport, but it's under the same umbrella as far as sport-wise. the growth and how much they're putting into flag football, which also, and those flag football players, a lot of them, they do watch the NFL also. I think the NFL has continued to do a great job of marketing, making the game accessible, even though they charging us $1,000 a year to watch every game. And I just think that the NFL, because of how compacted the schedule is, the season is, it spurs interest year round. Because baseball, basketball, their seasons go on for months and months, and they have a whole lot of games. There's only, at this point, 17 games. So the NFL, the way they do it, and they continually market everything. Soon as the Super Bowl is over, hey, free agency started. Okay, hey, now we got the combine. The combine, now you got the draft. Then also you got OTAs that are starting now. There's always something going on with the NFL to spark your interest. There's always something, and it's like with the NFL, everything counts. Whereas with these other sports, because the season, they play so many games, everything isn't as imperative. So I think that also keeps it going. And bottom line, football is America's passion. People love football, and you see that as far as with college basketball also. Baseball, I don't know anybody that watches college baseball. It's a non-revenue generating sport.
You know what? Let me try another perspective on that. I love the NFL. I love football. You know that, but let's be real.
Mhm.
The NFL is the club. The NFL is the chick that goes to the club all the time. She always in the streets. She's always social. She's always posting. She's always out front. That's just who she is. The gift and the curse in that is all your players and everything that happens and all you do and all your behaviors. I don't think Major League Baseball, AAU baseball, travel baseball is even conducting itself in that fashion to want to even care about being second and third. I don't think
No.
think they're in the conversation because I don't think they produce a sport that wants you to know who their girlfriend is. I'm pretty sure those guys who make more money than everybody want you to know that they're dating a star and they get all those girls. I don't think they want you to know that. You know what I'm saying? So the NBA competes with that. Go ahead.
Quick, 'cause this might be of some interest to you. Caleb Downs, the
Come in.
safety out of Ohio State, has been drafted by your Dallas Cowboys. What do you think about that pick?
All right. So here's the thing about the Caleb Downs pick. I'm gonna say this. I'm happy because we've never had what we have. I'm happy because we have had safeties pick. We have. I'm skeptical because when we pick high safeties, we haven't really had Hall of Fame caliber safety since Darren Woodson. 36 PBs overall have made it to the Hall of Fame. We need a Hall of Fame type safety. I'm sorry, we need a Hall of Fame caliber safety. I can't put that pressure on this young man right now, but he does have that. There's never been a Hall of Fame safety that played for. Has there been a Hall of Fame DB that's come out of Ohio State or Alabama? I don't think so. There's one that come out of Florida. High school product.
Alabama Hall of Fame DB, no. Ohio State, no, they don't have any. But they do have.
They have one from way back in the days, like might be played for the Raiders.
No, he's not in. The Assassin's not in.
So my thing is North Georgia products. He's not a South Georgia product. South Georgia has better football than North Georgia. North Georgia products come in, they fizzle out. All of Georgia products in football, I'm talking high school, they're cool, but they're not like South Georgia. They don't have that dog. So I'm not saying Buddy's not good. I like his head. I like his smarts. I think he'll be a great professional. Everybody can't play in Dallas. And what I mean by that is they can't handle the limelight. So that's what I look for first. So I'm cool with the pick. I just think that they better do something with that at 3-4. They better come in with a guy that's gonna help him out on that front end and help the back.
Yeah. The fact that Caleb Downs is good in run support is gonna help.
He like to put his nose in.
Yeah, he got to get his nose dirty. So that's gonna help in the event that they aren't able to get a D lineman or an inside linebacker who's able to help plug the run.
Right.
Also, he can patrol the back end.
Yeah, I'm excited about the pick based on position. I guess I'm assessing the helmet, and that's just what it is, man.
Yeah, this is the fourth, and that's the fourth Ohio State Buckeye drafted in the first round,
And
and we are 11 picks
the
in.
2001 Canes.
Yeah, they on a streak, and I think there's probably two more that still might go in the first round. Now the Dolphins pick is in, so we're waiting to see who that is now, and the Rams are on the clock. And like you were saying, football is, she is out in the streets all the time, and baseball isn't. But I think we like to see football. We like to see her out in the streets because most of the time she looking good.
Most of the time she looking good. Yeah, like I said, I don't think Major League Baseball wants to be that girl. I think the NBA is the Jan Brady to the NFL's Marsha Brady. And I think she had go ahead. The pick is in?
The Dolphins pick is in. And that's Caden Proctor, offensive tackle out of Alabama.
I like that. I like that for what they need to do. I see them getting the running back later.
Yeah, so that's gonna really help Malik Willis keep him upright.
Right.
Yeah, and I do think they shoring up the offensive line. It's of course it's only one pick, but putting the emphasis on that is showing something that they didn't do previously after having seen Tua get knocked around for all those years. And I think that also factors in. Also, they saw Tua getting knocked around all those years.
And let me go back. I had to go back to my information. We were wrong, and we should have known this one. Ohio State product, but this is how far it's been. Dick LeBeau and Paul Warfield. Paul Warfield actually went in as a wide receiver coming out of Miami.
Wide receiver, yeah.
He played both sides at Ohio State. And as far as the Georgia project is concerned, but that's still South Georgia, Champ Bailey out of Georgia, out of the state of Georgia Hall of Fame. And one DB product all time drafted by the Cowboys in the Hall of Fame, Mel Renfro. So all I'm saying is
Renfro's the Hall, yeah.
It's been a long time. You see what I'm saying? We need him to, you know how we do with these DBs?
Yeah, because
they have sparks of greatness.
Yeah, and I think Jerry is saying, hey, I might not have more than 3 or 4 more summers. I need to make a splash, and I need some people who's gonna help me get there because I want an opportunity to play for a fourth title.
Right. Now, what I will say is this. What I will give him is this. Athletically, if this young man gets exposed, I think he's cerebral, though. I think he has what it takes up here to offset anything that may happen. And then I am not Giants, Washington. I'm not afraid of Jalen Hurts. So I don't see anyone in our division, as far as their aerial attack is concerned, that can expose this young man just yet. I think his learning curve is good. Like, if he was on the other side of us, if we figure out what to do with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, I'll see. But I think
he's not afraid of Jalen Hurts. So he thinks that helps with Dallas' pick of Caleb Downs. Now we got the Rams pick is in now, waiting for it to be announced, and the Baltimore Ravens are on the clock. It's gonna be interesting to see which way the Rams decided to go. You got a quarterback who's getting up there. Stafford is 38 years old. So, hey, can they go to shore him up, or are they looking? Because really, I don't think the Rams have any glaring weaknesses. So they kind of have the luxury of picking anywhere that they would just like to upgrade, but not a strong need anywhere. So maybe they go receiver. Maybe they go. You never go wrong going O-line or D-line. So we're gonna see how that pans out. But Proctor, I think, is a good pick for the Dolphins. They need someone to keep their new quarterback up, Malik Willis upright and healthy, so that he doesn't go down the same road as Tua did. And I think the Dolphins are going to be a little more physical up front. Their offense is being revamped, remodeled, because they've lost Waddle, they've lost Tyreek Hill, they lost the quarterback. So I don't know what they're going to do offense. I think they might be trying to develop a real running game. They might develop a little smash mouth and let Malik Willis continue to develop and see if he can fulfill the promise that they saw in him coming out of college when he was thought about being possibly a first or second round pick. They paid him $60 million, so it's not elite quarterback money, but it is pretty good quarterback money. And I think they're expecting to get pretty good quarterback play out of him. The Rams, hey, let's see what that pick is. They haven't announced it yet, but like I said, the Ravens are on the clock. So let's see. We're gonna go back through the first 11 picks thus far in this year's draft. Of course, number one pick, which was no surprise, Fernando Mendoza. Second pick, David Bailey, which kind of surprised me. The edge rusher out of Texas Tech. He goes to the Jets. And the Jets are one of those teams that need everything, so there's really no wrong pick for the Jets. Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame, went third overall to the Arizona Cardinals. And they need quarterback. They got some stuff going on with the old boy who they brought in, Jacoby Brissett, who now wants to be paid like he's a starting quarterback instead of bargain basement price. But me personally, I love the running back position. It's my favorite position. I'm glad to see a running back going this high. And hopefully there's a running game there for him, as well as with him running the ball, because running back is probably the easiest, and I don't say easiest lightly, but it's the most, I say easiest because it's the most instinctive position on the field. And as a rookie, you can come in and have success right away if you have decent blocking and you have opportunities. So he's going to make things easier for Brissett, and he can also take some of the pressure off of Marvin Harrison Jr., who's yet to fulfill the promise that they thought that he had coming out of college. Number 4, Carnell Tate, another wide receiver out of the Ohio State, should help Cam Ward out because most of them come into the league pro ready. Cam Ward should be happy right now. He's got him a target that he can go to. Arvell Reese at number 5 went to the Giants, gives them a pass rusher. So that gives them 2 pass rushers drafted in the first round the past 2 years. So you have twin pass rushers if they do develop. And look who's back into his eyes.
Hey man, I guess me being on this early. I guess me being on this early has a lot of traffic going on. I don't know, man. I do not know. But nevertheless, thank you for joining us. And please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. I'm just coming right in the middle of whatever you were saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like E&E or like Wu-Tang. You just interconnected. Everybody, you just come in and keep the party going.
Right. I'm almost honestly believing that in my area or in my feed, there are just a lot of people doing what we're doing, man. Shout out to all the podcasters coming out there. We probably just overload the system because I have like very healthy network, but it's something in the system.
And I just called it before you came back in. I thought they might go that way. And the Rams have selected Ty Simpson, quarterback out of Alabama. I don't think that he should have gone that high. I'm not that high on him, but I do understand because Stafford at this point is year to year, and they're probably looking at, hey, we don't anticipate being in a position to draft a quarterback or potential franchise quarterback next season. So he's available. Let's grab him. Now that being said, I don't think Simpson is a franchise quarterback. And really, we haven't had too many Alabama quarterbacks that prove themselves to be franchise quarterbacks.
They keep believing that all that talent around them is not I mean, you can almost say that for the SEC. Like, if you want to pick a quarterback out of the SEC, you better have some. Okay, Joe Burrow might be the only exception. Joe Burrow might be the only exception in the past years that had a hell of a lot of talent around him, and then he still had.
Yeah.
He was one of the talented ones that was at the SEC school. But other than that, if you're not Cam Newton or Peyton Manning, where you don't have high-level talent around you, and then you still show up, that's where I'm scared. Now, another thing about that is how many quarterbacks I'm saying from a rookie, and then I want to tell you the lineage too. How many quarterbacks has Sean McVay ever developed from a rookie?
He's one of those guys who, I mean, I think he's an excellent offensive coordinator and a play caller. But he's kind of like Gruden. Gruden never developed
there you go.
a quarterback. He he worked with some who
Who's this tree?
turned out to be pretty good,
Who's
but
this
he
tree?
didn't. But he hasn't raised the quarterback from a toddler up.
Where McVay from?
What he come with? Oh, as far as the
Tree. He from the Gruden tree.
yeah.
He started as a little ball boy. He's a Gruden tree. You're not a quarterback whisperer. Well, you know what? I haven't seen it yet though.
No, I didn't think. I mean, he's done a good job with the quarterbacks that he's been with, who were already pros. He helped golf, and he also, he puts Stafford in a position to get inducted to the Hall of Fame, but he didn't mold them from a newborn up into an adult. He got an adult and said, "Hey, let's do a couple of things like this way." So I don't look at him as a quarterback whisperer. He might be a quarterback fixer, if you will, but he's not a whisperer where he develops them all. Hey, if he goes there, he's going to be some good. Because we haven't seen anybody leave from there and all of them become stars either. Because Mayfield was there for a cup of coffee, but what's come from there?
I would have stayed right there. I would have stayed right. That is where I would have stayed in that lane right there where he was.
So the Ravens pick is in. You're waiting to see who that is. What do you think would be the best player or position for the Ravens? And the Buccaneers are on the clock.
I hope they go wide receiver.
Wow. I can't believe how these women are always wanting you to go on an expensive date for the first date. Man, you better put her in the DVs, the date vault on the plug card. If she won't go Dutch, she can't mean that much.
Yeah, that would help because who are you saying you want wide receiver? The Ravens or the Bucks?
The Ravens.
Ravens. Okay.
I think they need to get one of them. They got that 6'4" boy out of Washington and 6'4" boy out of Tennessee. But I do believe there's another guy that's higher than them. All right, but my thing is, those 5'10" speedsters don't help them. So go big. But
what about Mekhi Lemon out of USC?
5'10".
Yeah.
But he's probably the best one on the board.
Yeah.
He's better than the other guy. Mekhi Lemon, 6 feet, they're not doing anything out there.
Do you think that one of the problems with Lamar has been have they really ever had a dominant receiver working with him?
We about to see. But I'm going to ask you a question in a second.
So we see who that is now. Okay, they went that way. They went guard from Penn State.
So Derrick Henry about to give him 2 more years.
Yeah. Did they need a lineman more than they needed, I guess, a splash player on offense, a splash on defense? I mean, you really can never go wrong if you get a good one as far as the offensive and defensive lineman. But so this wasn't a sexy pick, and I'm not sure if I would consider this a need pick.
Because I'm gonna tell you something, and I ain't mean to cut you off. What you just said, you can't go wrong. Yes, you can. You can go wrong getting a lineman, and it's not even evolution. I think it's de-evolution. And what I mean by that is the linemen don't get to develop in the OTAs and with the pads on the way they used to. So you can go wrong getting a lineman. The cliche statement of get a lineman, because the quarterback always needs somebody to block. No, because who's he going to be? Is he going to be a run blocker? Is he going to be a pass blocker? Because you learn you get hurt more often pass blocking.
Yeah, he's going to have to run block because they got Monken. They got Henry and they got Monken calling those plays.
Exactly. So I'm like, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm not saying it's not as safe and cliche as to say as it was years ago because these guys don't get developed the same way.
I think they're looking because he's going to be looking to replace someone. There's someone they're looking to replace, which is why they got him.
Absolutely.
I would have gone skill position on offense
I'm going skill position on offense
because there's nobody on there, no skill position. There's no receiver. That's basically looking no wide receiver that I say. I mean, they got Zay Flowers. Zay hasn't.
He's not dominating anybody.
Yeah, he's a good receiver. But if you look back, you aren't going to say, man, he was the perfect pick for that team as a first round pick. I mean, he's been a dominant receiver. He hasn't been, and he's not a number one in the aspect that hey, you got to stop him. The only reason you have to stop him is because they don't have any other receivers. It's not because he's dominant.
You know who else was there and left, right? Hollywood Brown. Like
Yeah, he's
you need. And
Hollywood's there still
maybe the
because he got a
receivers I
name.
said will be there later. I'm just like, and let's be realistic. Your two offensive weapons probably got 3 years in the window.
Yeah, I don't.
Derek got about 3 years. I mean, at most. Lamar,
Yeah,
that's about to be over, man. And it's not. I'm saying it's hurt. It's what I'm saying is the skill set that he has needs to change this year.
yeah, they got to do. They got to work on doing some things a little different. But you still want everything that he has, but you have to protect him, and you have to try to
Protect him.
still develop.
Now
You
he has
still got to
himself.
you got to protect him by having him do other things.
Exactly. That's all. That's all we're saying, chat. That's all we're saying, chat. You know.
Man, alter his game a little bit. Call plays that are gonna allow him to do some other things, keep him out of harm's way, but still have him as dangerous and as effective as he can be at his peak. I think they probably go defense at least three of the next picks. They should They should draft defensive players with 3 of the next picks, not all 3 in a row, but they should have 3 when this draft is over. They should have drafted 3 defensive players because that defense wasn't doing what it needed to last year.
I'm gonna say this right quick. As we go in between each one of these commercial breaks, please give a shout out to all of our sponsors. Light Snack for all of your food delivery needs. Make sure you order from Light Snack, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Also, make sure if you all have any hair products, hair troubles that you might need, make sure you go to BILISS Brazilian, blissbrazilian.com as these picks come in. And we go in between subjects. We were talking about baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think baseball can do as far as getting more ethnicity in the league? I think it has ethnicity, but I just think it's more of the Spanish side.
Yeah. Baseball is not sexy. I mean, the main thing about baseball is the money and the longevity and the fact that you aren't banged up when it's over. But as far as for a certain, especially for a certain demographic, it's not sexy. The girls not coming to the game to see you. You don't get cheers. I mean, it's a root cause. There's not.
The game seems so far away from the audience too.
Yeah, and it's. Hold on, we just got to pick in.
Yeah, we got to pick in. That's what we doing, people.
Tampa Bay got
all
your boy Ruben Bain Jr.
My side chick is picked.
Ruben Bain Jr., edge rusher out of Miami.
Well, I knew that.
So I think that's a good pick.
I
think much ado was made about nothing with his arm length. I mean, it's not like he's 5'9", 230 pounds playing defensive end. So I think that's a good
halfway
pick.
Home.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. Now the Jets are on the clock. The Jets pick is in also, and the Lions are on the clock. So the 8 minutes is moving quick. I mean,
boy,
if you don't.
Did you see the lineman when he was doing the interview for Miami? But that boy cussed twice. Boy, I was like, God.
And I am glad that we got 17 players who did decide that they were going to show up for the draft. Yeah. So
and shout out to the Ruben Bain and the Bain family who showed up wearing all chocolate.
Yeah, I think I think he should develop into a good player, and so that's a good thing for the
going down to Tampa Bay. I that's good. I like that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that pick for Tampa Bay.
But really, again, when you say to get more ethnicity into baseball, who's looking around at the baseball draft? No, baseball doesn't grab your attention, only other than the fact that they get a lot of money, which, hey, that's not anything to sneeze at, but you get a lot of money and you don't have the injuries. But it's not, nobody even pays attention to baseball for the most part until the postseason, till the pennant race. I mean, I don't think there's anything that you can do other than trying to make these travel teams more affordable so that other kids are interested in doing it. Because I've got a coworker. She's got 4 sons. 3 of them play travel baseball. They're on the road. They're traveling. They're playing baseball year round. I think they get August off. So they don't even have time to do anything else because they're playing baseball 9, 10, 11 months out of the year.
I'm gonna say this. I believe that baseball has been tertiary since like maybe the 70s. Definitely but they came along and they were teeter-tottering. But I believe the Balco case definitely made them say, "Hey, we're out of here. I'm not even with any of this. We backing out of here." We should have been able to do all HGHs and steroids and had no problems.
Yeah. And also you look at it and you don't have to be as much of an athlete to play baseball as you do other. Of course, we know hitting the baseball is universally sometimes debated, but the hardest thing to do. But you don't have to do a whole lot of other things in baseball to be good at it. Not being great, but to be respected. Nobody comes. How many baseball games did you go to when you were in high school? How many games?
High school
High
baseball
school
games?
baseball. Yeah.
All my years of high school,
Yeah.
I didn't even know when they were scheduled. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Now, how many college baseball games did you go to?
all my years of college,
Yes.
I didn't even know when they were scheduled. See, when I got to FAMU, Ben Coleman and Andre were gone, and the Hawk were gone.
Yeah.
Hey, they said it was
But-
popping in.
Yeah. Now, even if you didn't play baseball, why didn't you go? Why didn't you ever go and watch any of the games? If you said, why didn't you? Okay, hold on. Hold that thought. Pick number 16 for the Jets. It went tight end out of Oregon, Kenyon Sadiq.
I like that.
Good pick for them, bad pick for Sadiq. Who's his quarterback? Who's his coordinator? Who's going?
Well, if he can
The
stay,
Lions pick is in, and the Vikings on the clock.
if he college, he's going to be a safety net tight end, and everybody going to be throwing him a little short ball. He might have a lot of receptions. He might end up like Jason Witten.
I was just going to say,
he might
I
end up
hope
like
that he
Jason
doesn't
Witten
end up like Witten.
in Romo and Dak's first year. Okay, y'all my safety. I'm just safety net you. I don't think without a quarterback, he's going to develop into what he can be, the Kelsey Gronks.
It's going to be a shame if that 4.3 speed of his,
he ain't going to be able to use it.
we never get a chance to see him use
and that's what I believe.
because of that.
Until he get a quarterback.
So, yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
they may in this new era of we send these quarterbacks and we end up having these quarterbacks come back alive as they've been doing, he may get one of those.
Yeah, I believe that you would
quarterback
have to flex.
reincarnation or not reincarnation, but I guess I don't want to say they were dead, but when they
You got to flex them. You're gonna have to flex him out.
that boy,
in order
he
to
could
get
be
something
definitely. I watched him. I'm telling you, man, he has that. I don't want to call him a killer when I compare him to
Kellen Fernandez,
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
No, is it Gonzalez?
Okay. You said you don't want. Oh, okay, Gonzalez. But you talking about the one who people. That was Hernandez.
Yeah, Hernandez. Yeah, Hernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has that type of versatility. I'm telling you. That was
Yeah.
He was better than Gronk.
Yeah, he
He
had upside. He had some real upside. But what? But
I knew it was Hernandez. I was trying to be.
yeah.
I was trying to
so
be on him.
so you didn't go to any of your high school or college baseball games for what reason?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. Can I be honest with you?
Uh-huh.
Baseball too hot. Baseball is a summer sport. A lot of humidity in Florida. The boosters don't put enough money into the stadiums to where cover that shit up, man. Cover that shit up and allow us to enjoy the game. Too much sun hitting us in the it's not like football. You can't go under the bleachers. When you no basketball, you're in the arena.
Yeah. I just think baseball doesn't appeal to the ultra athletic. Or people who, as far as athletes or people who enjoy seeing great things made out from athletes. It doesn't appeal. You can pick anybody. It looks like you can just pick anybody and put them out there. Now they can't hit, but they can catch, they can feel the ball, they can throw it, They can throw it from the outfield to first to second base. They can throw it. The shortstop can throw it to home plate, but it's not an exciting game. The only thing really exciting about baseball is a home run, just because why he hit it a long ways, or you see somebody do something like Bo would do, running up the wall, jumping up.
Man,
It's got to be some other.
Baseball used to be the joint though.
Yeah, but I believe you had better athletes playing then. You might have better baseball players now, but you had better athletes playing then, and they weren't all specialized. They would play multiple sports.
I think all the baseball players found out they were better at a faster sport where you see
faster sport. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because yeah. So I don't think it's got to be. Baseball has become more affordable, and they have to do something to speed the game up and do something that can highlight athleticism in order to get other players involved into it.
You know what else too? Walk up to a girl that's on the cheerleading squad and say, "Hey, do a baseball cheer."
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing. There's nothing to
do
get
a baseball
you there.
cheer. They don't even know. I don't think they know to cheer a strike out, because cheerleaders began in baseball.
Yeah, there is nothing. I don't believe that baseball can do anything. The only thing baseball can do to overtake basketball is for basketball to hit rock bottom and it leapfrogged it that way, because they deteriorate that much.
Right.
It won't be because baseball gets better. Now, something else is going to, because talking other things in sports as well. Nike has gone, okay, we just got number 17, Blake Miller from Clemson, offensive tackle, is going to Detroit.
What pick is this, 17?
That's 17. And, offensive tackle was something that they could use. And the Vikings pick is in, and the Panthers are on the clock. What do you think about the Lions going offensive tackle?
I think the Lions went offensive tackle to have an offensive tackle with 1 year already in his. They want to have an offensive line. I mean, they want to have an offensive lineman with experience by 2027, when the golf era ends and they pick a quarterback next year with is it Gibbs?
Yeah, Gibbs, because Montgomery's gone.
Montgomery gone. I think that's why I think they're starting to let's go. If these quarterbacks are who they say they are next year, because they always bill them. If these quarterbacks are who they say they are coming out in 2027. The only reason we're seeing Fernando Mendoza by himself is because Manning couldn't get the hype this year to leave.
Yeah. If they're really looking forward and hoping that Manning really plays lights out this year, so that they can say, yes, we got another Manning coming into the league, and he's a top 5 pick.
Now, I don't think they'll let him go to Detroit, but he's going to a high tide chips.
Okay, hold that thought. Number 18 pick is in for the Minnesota Vikings. They have gone D tackle from Florida, Caleb Banks.
Okay. That boy athletic.
Yeah. And the Cowboys on the clock for their second first-round pick.
The Cowboys will be picking Akeem Mesidor. Cowboys will be picking Akeem Mesidor out of the University of Miami.
And the Panthers, who their pick is in, what do you think the Panthers should go?
If they don't get Akeem, Cowboys get Akeem. I think that's where they need to go. It's time for them to get another Julius Pepper. But that little Cowboy wide receiver is not panning out, man. They need
legit. He's got to step it up this year. He's got to step it up this year.
Who the running back? I think they go offensive lineman.
I think they're gonna go. I think the Panthers go, because the defense was pretty good last year. The Panthers defense is good. I think the Panthers are gonna go and get another bullet in the chamber. I think they're gonna go wide receiver.
And they're going wide receiver to help out.
And
USC,
USC wide receiver.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, because that'll give them 2 first-round picks at that position. That'll also put some heat on the Jet. And if he develops this year, in a trade, the Eagles on the clock.
I know what they about to do.
Eagles on the clock after trading with the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, that joker be playing chess, man.
It's almost like because of their
man.
Are they gonna get a Georgia player, or are they gonna go elsewhere? because you know the Eagles love a Georgia player.
They might get Mesidor.
Yeah, after we see what the Panthers did.
Yeah, after we see what the Panthers do. What is the but that's what I'm saying. You gotta have, but before we do that, I just want to welcome everybody and thank you all for joining us on the NOJASSSHOW. Like, subscribe, comment. This is the 23rd edition of No Jazz Show for the NFL 2026 draft. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. If you like it, stop going to chat. You know, we are live on YouTube at No Jazz Show. We are live on Twitch. We are live on TikTok, all at No Jazz Show. You can find us on Instagram at KE No Jazz Show. Email us at NOJASSSHOW at Gmail. We are live on the link on what page, RUSSELL. We are live on the link at NIVEKZ. You know, if you're not a sports fan and you're wondering, oh man, I thought this was a funny dude. He always be posting about Country Wayne. He ain't on that right now.
Hey, now with picks 19, 20, and 21, we could still run on receiver because the Panthers could use another receiver. The Eagles are going to be getting rid of A.J. Brown. They could use another receiver. And the Steelers, we know, could use a receiver.
Let's be real. We have a free agent out there that's not really a free agent. I mean, not a free agent. We have a franchise tag player out there.
Who could be traded.
Because
he did sign his franchise tag. He could be traded for someone who's willing to give him a long-term deal.
And we might get us a wide receiver. So wide receivers could be a run. I don't know, man.
So we could be looking at Concepcion, Tyson, Lemon, and who's the other one that was left that I had on here? Let's see, Jordan Tyson is gone. Cooper.
Glennon.
Yeah, and also Cooper, or Mark Cooper Jr. from Indiana could go.
Hold on, let me tell you his name.
So it would be interesting to see a run on receivers, three straight picks, because all three of these teams, the Panthers, the Eagles, and the Steelers, could all use a receiver.
Chris Brazell the second, out of Tennessee.
All three of them could use a receiver. So we're going to find out shortly. Okay, and
I'm from Florida. Hold on, I'm from Florida. I don't care about it is what it is. You can say what you want. I'm going to say I like big boys. And I'm not going to say pause because we don't play them games.
Right.
We men. We don't play them games. We don't have to play them games.
Okay, the Panthers pick is in. Number 19, they picked Monroe Freeland out of Georgia, offensive tackle.
Hold on now. But that's the 18th pick?
That's the 19th pick.
So when the Eagles traded, I thought they traded to go ahead of Dallas.
Yeah, they traded to be the 20th pick. So the Eagles are picking number 20.
So Dallas traded the pick?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jared, what you be doing?
Offensive tackle to help keep the offense going for the Panthers. They want to protect the franchise quarterback because I think he's gonna, if he does well this year, you're looking at Bryce Young. I believe he'll get a long-term deal. So this is gonna give him an opportunity because we know when you pick a person in the player in the first round, you do expect him to start. No, they can say whatever they want, but regardless, if you're in the first round pick, you are expected to start.
So basically what Dallas is saying is we don't have a second round pick and we want one. That trade had to be a second round pick this year.
So now I'm trying to got some juice missing. And now Mekhi Lemon picked by the Eagles, wide receiver. I told you. So that means A.J. Brown is on his way out.
This means A.J. Brown is a New England Patriot.
Yep. And Mekhi Lemon is a good receiver. So they're expecting big things out of him.
Where did Puka Nacua play?
Utah. Or BYU.
Where did NJB play?
Ohio State. Ohio State.
The last time USC had a dog. I'm not saying it can't be. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But hey, he's the highest rated, so that's what they went after. And if you go after the highest rated receiver, then you can't really fault a guy.
So they were afraid he wasn't gonna be there at 23. So it might be a run on receiver.
Yeah. Concepcion is still available. KC, that's who Pittsburgh has been mocked to possibly get. So I'm expecting receivers in Pittsburgh. I would love to get a running back.
Speaking of wide receivers, Antonio Brown is eligible in 2027 for the Hall of Fame. Is he, or do you think he is first ballot? No issue.
I think that he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer because it's supposed to be what you did on the field. And the only thing that he did on the field that's questionable, it wasn't during a play, was walking off the field for the last time he took his shirt
With
off.
the Bucks.
Other than that, you can't.
Well,
man is one of the best ever played.
I don't think when he walked off the field, because that was coming behind all of his controversy that he had. I don't think when he walked off the field was worse than when he was doing the punt return or the kick return and he kicked the man in the face.
Yeah, that was a great play.
Woo! Like as far as devious acts.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, walking off the field is, hey man, whatever.
Yeah, I think he's the first ballot Hall of Famer, and
Absolutely.
if they do what they're supposed to, he should be going in. Now we don't know if he's gonna be off of house arrest or if what's gonna be going on legally with him. But he is definitely one of the best receivers to ever play the game, and it's not just productivity; it's what he was actually able to do.
How big is that boy? How big is Mekhi Lemon?
Is he 6 foot? 6. I think he's over 6. Hopefully he isn't another Buffalo. Hopefully he's not another Keon Coleman.
And you think about the fan base that's about to embrace you with open arms. What will they love most about you?
Now, Pittsburgh's pick is in and the Chargers are on the clock.
Hopefully he's not another Keon Coleman. Hopefully he's not another who was the boy they had before they had that run out of Philadelphia?
Fred X.
No.
Jeremy Maclin. Maclin was good.
When?
He wasn't great. He didn't produce like a first round pick, but he turned into a decent number 2.
When?
He did. He was productive some years. He had some good years there. He didn't have first round years, but he has some decent years.
All right. Well, I know who's interested in this pick.
So let's see. Mekhi Lemon. Pittsburgh's pick is in, so I need to see who they got.
Oh, y'all have a ceremony about it.
You got the Chargers on the clock.
Shout out to Pittsburgh. If you've never been to that little area right there where the baseball field and the football field all around each other behind, pretty.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. And you can actually tell the draft is in Pittsburgh because they're doing a lot right now.
I like that they had all those Super Bowl champion legends out there.
Yeah, I do.
To kick it off. Like they say, if you win a championship in Pittsburgh, you never have to pay for anything in the city again. That's why a lot of those guys never moved.
Hold on. I know the pick take 8 minutes, but did they get a little extra time with all this production going on?
Well, the pick is in.
Oh, okay.
The Chargers on the clock. So I hope they went receiver out.
They threw me off when they said Pittsburgh still select Joe Green. I was like, what?
Yeah, but I think that B should go in. And I saw something. We jumping around here. Nike has talked about that shoe sales have been declining. And people are saying it's because the basketball players aren't likable. Nobody wants to buy this up. The only thing Nike's able to do is put out retro Jordans because nobody's really big on any other players now as far as having their shoes. Do you think it's that? And, younger kids are. And I've seen some people say, no, these kids today would rather wear Vans and Crocs than Nikes.
I think in that regard, as far as sneakers are concerned, I think we've transitioned into a bad area.
Okay, that pick is in for the Steelers. I don't want to butcher his name. Arizona State offensive tackle.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. And also because Broderick Jones with the neck injury, we don't know if he's going to be able to come back and play.
And when he's going to be back, right?
Yeah.
You have to stop the bleeding. You have to.
Yeah.
And you have to take that pressure off him if you have to move him down the line a little bit.
Yeah. And I said I want them to go O-line or wide receiver in the first 2 rounds. So tomorrow, I would like to see them pick up a receiver in the second round. And because thus far we haven't had a bunch of receivers picked, there's going to be a lot of talent available tomorrow in the second and third round for the receivers as the Chargers are on the clock. This was one of the faster, this is the fastest draft by position that we've had yet. The talent level coming in, the speed. There was more speed at all these positions than there has been before.
Jerry be doing. You know what Jerry got for that pick?
What?
2 4th rounders.
This year and next year?
No, this year.
All right.
2026 NFL draft, Dallas Cowboys traded the number 20 overall pick to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for number 23 and 2 4th-round picks.
Now the Cowboys are on the clock.
And back to what you were saying in regards to, okay, I'm going to say this. The street dudes were always wearing designer sneakers, so we can't say that. But the street dudes did transition over into, and shout out to Run DMC because they had Adidas too. And they took the Adidas logo that was soccer into urban culture. I'm going to give them that. But nevertheless, it was always the street dude and the hip hop dude wanting to be the sports dude. Yeah. Then Nike saturated itself seeking someone to take over after Jordan, someone to do something with the Kobe era. And Captain Longevity has not done anything by that because I think he's too big and I think his shoe is built for him and it's too heavy to be the urban street shoe. So nevertheless, and I also don't think he poses that image that makes you want to transition over into the urban wear area. And I believe that's where the market begins to shift. So Nike saturated itself because they started going to hip hop culture. And unfortunately, hip hop culture emulates street culture too much and don't nobody want to be like them except for their high price cost. And street culture said, Nikes don't cost enough. We got to go with these designer shoes. And they always been like that. So I believe that's what dropped Nike.
Yeah, and I think there's some other shoes that are trying to make a comeback because really, I haven't seen online or anywhere people talking about any of these other athletes in these other players' shoes. I don't hear. I hear, oh, so and so has a shoe, but I don't hear or see the hype of any of these other players' shoes coming out.
You know what else hurt too? I'm gonna tell you what else hurt. Even if you used a street individual, hip hop individual to market a shoe, that shoe, like for instance, go ahead.
Okay, the Chargers pick is in number 22. Akeem Mezzador, edge rusher out of Miami.
Y'all be doing stupid stuff.
He should instantly upgrade that defensive line.
You knew you wanted it
with the Chargers.
You knew you wanted it.
He should definitely upgrade that defensive line with the Chargers.
They gamble. This gonna come back to haunt him. But I think that boy from Texas Tech, where is he?
The edge rusher?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't been taking you. Oh, no. He was taking second overall pick.
Well, they already got him.
Yeah, he was second overall pick. Bailey. But Young is still available out of Missouri, and so is Falk out of Auburn. And Oklahoma, Thomas is still available also. So Dallas still has a chance at the edge rusher. But I think Mezzador is going to do a good job with the Chargers. I think, and it looks like a Harbaugh pick. Mezzador looks like a Harbaugh pick.
Yeah.
And Harbaugh, which is strange as it is, the fact that he was a quarterback, Harbaugh really does have a defensive mentality. Harbaugh has a defensive mentality, and if you didn't know any better, you would think that he played defense.
Right.
But I think that also comes from the fact that he played for Bo Schembechler at Michigan, and that was all defense with a little bit of quarterback play and running the ball, and that's what he does. And I want to see if the Chargers are gonna get some help for Herbert. And when is Herbert going to start getting some flack for not ascending the way that everyone says he is? Because Herbert gets talked about as being a top quarterback, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Exactly.
When is he going to start getting called out? I mean, the quarterback position in the AFC is pretty loaded, but I mean, it's like, hey, you got to do something. This is the year that the Chargers make a move.
I mean, you got to make a move in the AFC West.
Yeah.
We are moving up on the second hour of the NOJASSSHOW. Make sure you join us. We are live at DUPONTNIVEKZ. We are live on TikTok. We are live on Twitch. We are live on the link on Russell Tanker's page, RUSSELLTANKER. We are also live on our own page, NOJASSSHOW. 23rd edition, 2026 NFL Draft. You have seen me be disgusted.
And your Cowboys pick is in. We're gonna find out momentarily who
I'm gonna
they
tell you, man.
selected. And the Browns are on the clock. Now we know where you think the Cowboys should go with just position alone. Where do you think the Browns would go? What position? And do you have a player in mind? I think the Browns should go after Concepcion. They need a receiver. They need a receiver for whoever the quarterback's gonna
have
be.
somebody help out Judy.
Yeah, because Judy isn't.
Quarterback you get, I'm not mad at that. I think Denzel Ward and the other cornerback, if they had a safety back there with that front four they got, it could be nasty. And they could carry them if they don't have a wide receiver. I think it could be nasty if they had a linebacker or a safety on all three levels. Because Garrett is still, he can put his hand in the dirt and he can stand up. So I'm not mad at safety, linebacker hybrid, somebody they can play with, or the wide receiver. I'm not mad at that. I think they got a nice running back.
I think receiver is what they need to do because they need as many bullets in the chamber on offense because their defense is good and that defense is gonna get worn out and frustrated when they can't score
points. And they might know that. They got Njoku need to step up a little bit. That's a big boy.
Yeah, he's gone. I believe Njoku's gone now.
Now, I didn't know he was gone, so guess what?
You need a tight end. And Njoku was hurt a lot. I mean, Njoku was more of a name and potential than production because he was hurt a lot. But we're going to find out who the Cowboys have gotten Malachi Lawrence, edge rusher out of UCF. Your thoughts on Mr. Malachi Lawrence out of UCF, edge rusher for Dallas. Hey, man, they're still looking for somebody to replace the pass rush that they lost with Micah.
See, here's what I'm saying. You know you wanted a defensive end. Can you not? You wanted one.
Mm-hmm.
How tall is he?
Yeah, so the Browns are on the clock. And I knew Dallas was going to be heavy.
Okay, 6'4", 250. That's that lean height for that 3-4.
Because they need defense. You knew they were going defense.
I knew they were going defense.
Yeah, you knew they were going to go heavy on defense in this draft.
You need that.
I wouldn't be surprised if all of their picks, with the exception of maybe 2, were defensive. Because and they could possibly draft a receiver in round 3 or 4 just in the event that they don't keep picking after next year.
He an inch taller than he's an inch taller than no, it just looked like I'm sorry, it looked like you had Mesidor in your pocket and you went Timu. That's what it looked like, and you know it. Fuck you doing trading back gambling like that? You don't do that.
Yeah, especially when
Mesidor's pick.
Yeah, especially when Mesidor's pick one ahead of you. Now the Browns pick.
What it looked like.
Yeah, now the Browns pick is in and the Bears on the clock.
UCF went 4-8. Wait, 5-7 last year. Mm-hmm. So that means he doesn't have what you need. He does not have the championship motor.
Yeah, but at the same time, you could say it's 31 years, and so you could say nobody's had the championship motor for the Cowboys within 3 decades. So he should fit in just fine. The Bears are on the clock, and the Browns.
We don't need him to fit in fine. We need somebody to come in and change the locker room. Let me see this dude. The only thing I like about him, his high school is DuPont Manual. But get where he's from. He's from Louisville, Kentucky. I was hoping he'd at least be from Florida.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of.
Now, the only thing I will say about that is I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Champ Bailey was originally from Kentucky. I got to look. Born.
Now, what do you think about the fact, you mentioned AB being eligible first year, next year for induction, first ballot. What do you think about Cam Newton being up? He's also eligible for his first year next year. Cam, 2007.
Let me tell you something. Now that I look back on it in hindsight, okay, let me start with AB. I think AB should be a first ballot because football is a gladiator sport and you want to play with a level of intensity and sometimes it spills over in your life and them jokers be getting hit and you can't say without beyond a shadow of a doubt that a lot of that stuff that those boys go through and a lot of the life that they live, with all that money you give them at such a young age, you won't have them mess up the end up. What it is. So
Yeah, I think AB is first ballot.
I don't like to hold that against people. Put him in there.
Yeah.
Put him in there. Cam.
Yeah, he's first ballot.
Put him in there. Cam's situation is this. Cam should be first ballot. And I know we're talking about the NFL, and it's what you do in the NFL, not what you do in college. But the truth of the matter is this. A lot of people don't come out of college and do anything in the NFL when you are that high of a prospect, especially number one picks. So I think he's one of those collegiate resume did something in the NFL that allowed the collegiate resume to live up to it a little bit. Hall of Famer, where you should see his face in the Hall of Fame. I think he deserves it off that.
I don't think Cam is a first ballot, and I don't think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. I mean,
I think he's a Hall of Fame football player.
I don't think that he is. I don't think. I mean, he had 3 winning seasons there as a pro. He doesn't have. I mean, he had rushing yard. He has. His only thing that he claimed that he has is he set the rushing record for quarterbacks as far as rushing touchdowns, which is really not something that's kind of dubious. And I think that in his completion percentage is Casey Concepcion. Like I said, he just got drafted by the Browns, so that helps them. And the Bears are on the clock. I don't think Cam is not one of the best quarterbacks that ever play in the league. Nor do I think he's one of the top quarterbacks of his era.
Hold on.
I don't think he's one of the top quarterbacks of his era.
I'm not trying to change your mind about Cam Newton. I'm really not. However, in the last 20 years, go quarterbacks one of one. Give me all your first pick quarterbacks that have done what Cam has done.
I'm trying to think who's going in the first round.
No, number one pick overall.
Oh, number one overall.
You've had a lot of. That is a bust. That is a bust position. You can go last 30. That is a bust position.
Even if you look at his stats are not even great.
His peers from that regard, what have they done?
I'd have to see a list of who the number one overall quarterback
I'm gonna tell you.
that were drafted in.
Hold on.
When I look at quarterbacks, Cam is not gonna be one of the first ones, first, second, or third that I pick.
I'm not talking
if I got choices. I don't think he was his career and his ability warrant him being in Kansas. And I think that part of that is because he was hamstrung by coaching. Because I'll give him this. He was never surrounded by a whole lot of offensive talent, nor did he ever have a coach who used him properly.
Here are his peers.
Okay.
Bradshaw.
Bradshaw's better.
You don't have to speak on him. You don't have to speak on him. Bradshaw was better. No, he was not. Bradshaw had a better team around him. Don't even try that man like that. Jim Plunkett, Steve Bartkowski. This is where you start getting into an argument. John Elway probably had the same caliber of situation that he was in, and he had MVPs and made it to the Super Bowl. Jim Plunkett. No, Vinny Testaverde. Then you have another person that had the same type of situation he was in.
First, you said over the past 20 years, but you're talking about since the draft.
Oh,
okay.
When I get up to the 20 years, it's gonna get worse.
Oh, okay.
I have to go back here to even give you he was better. Because you're not gonna say nobody. Troy Aikman, 89. This still the 80s. Now let's move up to the 90s. Tim Couch, Drew Bledsoe, Peyton Manning, Jeff George. Drew Bledsoe don't count because he ended up getting traded. He ended up getting traded, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Peyton Manning is the only one that went into a situation that you're going to make the argument. All right, let's go to 2000. This is what I was saying. And what I'm talking about is the level of responsibility for this pick in placement. Look at these names now. Michael Vick, David Carr, Carson Palmer, Eli Manning, Alex Smith, Marcus Russell, Matthew Stafford. Then let's start getting into his era. Sam Bradford, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck, Jameis Winston, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow. We still giving these guys a chance. Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Trayvon Walker, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Cam Ward. What I'm saying is from that class of people, for Cam to do what he did, coming off of the hype that Tim Tebow had, who didn't get picked number one, coming off the hype that Vince Young had, who didn't get picked number one, coming off the type of hype in college that Art Slicker had, didn't get picked number one overall, coming off the type of hype that Tim Couch in there, coming off the type of hype that Vince Young had. Did I say Vince Young?
Yeah.
Tim Tebow, coming off the type of hype that who's the boy at 96 in Florida? Werfel, Heath Schuler. This man came from off that type of hype and was a one of one. And look at the names who have to deal what you have to deal with as a one of one. I believe he deserves it.
Still doesn't. I don't think that factors in because you got guys who came after him.
I don't think Cam can pass. I get that. I'm not saying he's one of the better quarterbacks. I'm saying off that pressure to make it to a Super Bowl, get MVP.
And not fall on the ball because you know that's his highlight. Cam's highlight for his career.
You holding that against him?
Most people, that's what they.
Are you holding that against him?
I don't hold it against him.
Okay.
But that's what a lot of people hold against him. And he's even said he regretted not falling on him. All right, the Bears pick is in. We're waiting to see who it is. And the Texans are on the clock. I don't think for me, Hall of Fame is you are arguably and you in the debate for being the best or one of the best to play your position. And I don't put Cam in there at all.
All right, hold on. Who's the number one dual threat quarterback ever? Lamar?
That's sticky. Are you including rushing yards? Because there's been some dual threat quarterbacks who didn't put up. Okay,
I'm talking about you.
The pick is in. The pick is in for the Bears. Bears have gone Dylan Theismann out of Oregon, safety. And the Texans pick is in also. 49ers on the clock. I don't have a problem with the Bears going safety. I don't have a problem with the Bears going safety. I think you still steaming over the Cowboys. Yeah. That was a safe pick. That's a safe pick for the Bears. Now we're looking at the Texans whose pick is in and the 49ers on the clock. I think that gives them some help in the secondary and also some help in run support. So I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, but I'm not. As far as dual threat, it depends. Now, if you're looking at yards, the rushing yards, and most people when they say dual threat, they want to talk about the rushing yards. So that would be Lamar. But when I say overall quarterback doing things, I wouldn't. The Dolphins on the clock now.
Dual threat.
Oh, there's been a trade.
What is a dual threat quarterback?
There's someone who can beat you with his arms and his leg, and there's some who. I'm
not even saying Cam can beat you with his arm. He could beat you with his leg. He doesn't have the most rushing yards. He wasn't the prettiest rusher. He rushed because he was bigger than everybody. I'm going to give you all of that. I ask you again, though, dual threat in history. You got Steve. You got John. You got Michael Vick. You got Randall. You got Lamar. You had Vince come through there.
Yeah. There was also Staubach and Montana. I mean, there was Staubach and Bradshaw also ran. Were putting up yards with their feet.
Man, ain't nobody had Bradshaw run no. Come on now, stop.
Bradshaw over 3,000 yards rushing with 32 touchdowns, but he worked in the pocket. I mean, we don't look at things now the way that we did then.
Hold on.
But both he and Staubach, their yardage compared to what we look at now is different. But they were both dangerous with their feet. Holloway was dangerous with his feet, but he didn't put up a lot of passing rushing yards either.
He was a threat though.
Yeah, all these guys are threats. But when we talk about Josh Allen is one.
Josh Allen.
I think probably it depends on what you're looking at as far as running.
Lamar 6'5", Michael Vick 6'1", Cam Newton 5'6", 3'1", Russell Wilson 5'5", 6'8", Hunter Cunningham 4'9", 2'8", and you mentioned I think you just want to talk about Pittsburgh. You mentioned Terry Bradshaw look 3,000. It's okay though. So I'm asking you again, out of the dual threat quarterbacks, who had a better year than his 2016 MVP season? Lamar and Josh?
They didn't only because they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. But if you're not talking about
So you saying they did all that? So you saying they did all that? And I'm gonna give them equal weapons because I don't think they had too many people. I don't. Arguably, I do believe Cam probably had a better defense ever.
Yeah, they had a top 10, top 5 defense.
I'll give him that.
I still don't believe Cam is a Hall of Fame. Cam is not one of the top quarterbacks to ever play. I don't think he was the top quarterback in his era. And he happened to be playing in the time when there's a whole bunch of heavyweights out there doing it and they were winning championships. Pick is in for the Texans. They have picked Kylan Rutledge out of Arizona State. I'm sorry, out of what is that? A vision getting bad. Georgia Tech. Guard out of Georgia Tech. When is the last time anybody from Georgia Tech was drafted in the first two rounds?
Well, you know you got Megatron.
You know how long ago that was. How long ago that was.
The first round since Calvin Johnson.
And it's an offensive lineman. Ain't that something? Well, times have changed because when Johnson was there and they were running that triple option, none of their linemen were getting drafted. Period.
Yeah.
So I got no problem with them going all line because we saw what happened in the playoffs.
Hey, shout out to everybody because I know y'all going to my page after what I just posted in the Cowboys page. But let's be real. I said dumbass decisions out of Dallas again. Again, I love Texas, but if you stay there too long, you start thinking you know football and you don't. All of you can shut up. You don't give up Mesidor to get Timu Mesidor.
Dolphins pick is in and the Buffalo Bills are on the clock. Now, with this pick for the Texans, what's left for them to get? Because, like I said, we saw what happened in the playoffs. Is this something to help Stroud? Because Stroud went to bed in the playoffs. What else can they do to help him out? Because to be honest, Stroud has been regressing since his rookie year.
Stroud is just doing what Ohio State quarterbacks do.
Yeah,
it hasn't
been the best
bad.
one.
It hasn't looked this bad. Let's be real. Jamar Chase protecting us from saying Joe Burrow didn't regress.
Yeah, well, Jamar Chase helped, and also we can say he's an LSU quarterback because he couldn't get on the field when he was in Ohio State. He didn't do much in Ohio State. So,
yeah. But now we see it. Now we seeing it. But yeah, he didn't do what he did. And but I'm gonna take him out of. I'm gonna make him an LSU quarterback. CJ Stroud is arguably a USC quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And they regressed, don't they?
I'm not even going to say they regressed because I can't think of none that's been in the league besides Carson Palmer. I'm not going to even.
Oh, you're not going to give them props?
USC?
Yeah, you know.
Quarterback. Again, I'm not going to.
Hold on. Which goes back to my Cam Newton argument. You know the hype Sanchez and Lerner had coming out of college. He had that level hype and was one of one and still did what he did. I mean, come on, it's hard.
But that's his job. He's supposed to. If you drafted that high, you're supposed to do well. It's not.
Not by the numbers.
No, not by the numbers. But the mindset and the belief and the reason why you're drafted that high is because they think that you're going to be good. You should be good. So
the percentages say you don't do well.
Yeah, I know the percentages say you don't, but when you do, just like Mendoza is expected to do very well.
Hold on.
Not just because of this last year, but because he's the first overall pick. Now the odds are he won't be. What?
Was Cam Newton the week 1 starter?
Man, it was Jimmy Clausen. Of course he's going to be week 1 starter.
My goodness.
But when you're drafted that high, you are expected to do well.
You talking
Chris
about
Johnson?
Shout out to my boy.
Chris Johnson has been drafted by the Miami Dolphins offensive line out of what? The lady get the bad of my eyesight get San Diego State. not offensive lineman.
Hold on.
Cornerback out of San
a.
Diego State.
You said
Yeah.
a name. You said a name. Jimmy Clausen.
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be that deal, right?
No,
he was heroic at Notre Dame.
It was supposed to be the deal when he got to Notre Dame, and he didn't live up to it.
Okay. He was supposed to be the deal when he got to Notre Dame. You're right.
Yeah.
And he just became
Didn't do nothing.
And I even told Carolina, I said, Carolina, you do not put a Bentley in the front yard when you got a nice Explorer in Jimmy Clausen. You go fix the roof, because they needed wide receivers because Steve never getting old. They needed some defense. They needed a lot when they picked up Cam. But giving up Cam was stupid. You would have been just doing GM football to give up Cam. Giving up Cam was dumb. And they took Cam. Cam did way more than his peers do, regardless of how he looks to everybody else.
Cam threw for less than a 200 touchdown. Cam had 3 winning seasons. Cam completed 60% of his passes. He was never an accurate passer. There's a whole bunch.
Okay.
Cam is not an all-time great.
Hold on.
He's not. That's just like people who want to put Dick in the hall.
In the all-time one-of-ones quarterbacks, take all-time one-of-ones. He's behind Elway. No, he behind Peyton Manning, Elway, Breeze.
But Breeze wasn't the one-on-one.
No, he got picked for a pick.
No, Breeze was a second-round pick.
So
because they picked LaDainian Tomlinson in the first round.
They picked LaDainian Tomlinson first. Why is
okay? Hold on. Number 28 pick for the Ravens is in. That's Caleb Lomo, offensive tackle out of Utah, and the Chiefs on the clock.
Let me go back because I'm trying to find.
So that's 2 offensive linemen that Ravens have picked in the first round. So we see what they're looking at trying to do this year. Keep Lamar healthy and run the ball.
Take it off of him, yeah.
And this might, I think Lamar is happy about that. He's like, okay, I got 600 pounds of funk who y'all drafted. Expectation would be for both of them to start. Then because you're not drafting them guys that high to sit on the bench for a year.
Okay, yeah. He's behind Peyton, John, most recently Matthew Stafford. Oh, not Drew Brees, Drew Bledsoe. That's what I was talking about, Drew Bledsoe.
Pick is in, 49ers on the clock.
He behind Troy. No, he behind Terry and Troy. So he at least 6 in the crew.
There's nothing that Cam did to make me think that he should ever be in Canton. I mean, because there's some things that some other quarterbacks have done that people. It's just like I don't think Plunkett is a Hall of Famer. I don't think that Eli is a Hall of Famer. But people keep trying to put them in.
Well, Eli getting in there.
Yeah, he eventually he will, but I don't think I don't think he's one.
He gonna when them lights turn out, Eli gonna be like, "But I beat you, Peyton. You couldn't do it."
What's your thoughts on? Because we are dealing with the draft. What's your thoughts on the way the NFL handles the draft, the presentation, compared to what the other professional leagues in this country, how they handle their draft?
When you say how they handle it, like
the presentation, the way they do all of this, the way that everyone's invested in it, and they stretch it out over 3 days. And what do you think? Like, why do you think other leagues haven't done something like this?
Let me tell you something, man. I don't think my answer is about what do I think. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
In the 90s, in the around 95, when Jordan left, the first 95, 96, and they saw a hole in the NBA's armor. They saw the kink, and then he came back. And they didn't take advantage of it. Then he left again in 98. And then by 98, they saw that they had been taken over and were competing with the WWF. I think they said, we need to fuse the atmosphere, the fan atmosphere of the WWF with the visual atmosphere, even though it was already there, with the visual atmosphere of the NBA. And I believe that's where they are today. And then they stretched it out over those 3 days just to be nasty to the NBA. That's what I think.
Chiefs pick is in. Jets on the clock. Oh, Jets with the 3 picks in the first round.
3 of them.
And gonna still stink. I think again, I just think the NFL they just mastered the entire gamut of sports for in the United States. And I think college football is second in how they do it. Because you remember the college football, they have media days for all of their conference.
Exactly.
Even for the Conference USA and these other conferences that we gonna keep up with. They have their media days. I still find it hard to believe that they can keep us watching 3 days of TV just hearing guys' names get called. And there's nothing about this that tells us that any of these guys are gonna be any good. Everybody who gets drafted could wind up being a bust, whether they're the first pick
That's
or the
anything.
last
That's
pick. Yeah. But the fact that they have us watching for 3 days and it's Christmas and what are we in April? We're in April or May. Yeah, we're in April. It's Christmas in April for football fans. I mean, the fact that they can have us vested into watching guys' names get called and saying Peter Woods drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs out of Clemson,
What
offensive tackle.
and why do you think that is?
The love people have for football and also the presentation. They hype the draft up so much. I mean, you look at they move it around to different states, different cities, which was brilliant instead of it being in New York all the time.
I got a question. You old enough to know you about 12 or 13. 1985, who won the Super Bowl?
The Bears.
All right. Bears were the biggest thing in Bears were the biggest name in Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think so. Because the Hawk was still there with the Cubs. Cubs still the biggest thing, right? Andre Dawson. There's some years Frank Bruno was there. But by 85, that young man, Michael Jordan, in his second season, had taken over the branding and Walter Payton was still there. See, the power shift started in one city. And I think the same time that happened, Bo Jackson don't come. Bo Jackson don't come and don't play. He don't become an LA Raider or a Tampa Bay Buccaneer in '86, and that hurts. So fast forward, no one can keep you from saying
Jets pick is in and the Bills are on the clock. And like I said, Clemson D tackle Peter Woods, who's had some there's talk about him as far as being a little lazy and underperforming at times.
So
but I think putting him next to Chris Jones will be good for him. He can learn from a pro. So they are shoring it up. Yeah. So they are shoring up their defense, which was a problem last year. So and also shoring up this defense, which obviously is going to help the offense, and it could, at least temporarily, help Justin Fields, because Justin Fields looks like he's going to be the starter this year, start the season off, because Mahomes isn't expected to be back for week 1. So we get a chance to see Justin Fields playing under an offensive mastermind with some pretty good talent, and with what should be an improved defense, to see if he can actually play professional football. And now your boy Omar Cooper Jr. drafted by the Jets, wide receiver out of Indiana, and the Bills are on the clock. When's the last time you remember an Indiana receiver being drafted? The last one I remember.
Hold on, he didn't move up to get Downs. He had Downs with the 12th pick, right?
Yeah. The 12th pick was.
It's been in Bloomington since 22, but really exploded this year.
12th pick was was Caleb Downs. No, 11th pick was Caleb Downs.
So he moved up one. He moved up one pick to get Caleb.
Yeah.
So he moved up one pick. He moved up one pick to gamble and lose Mesidor.
Shit, what did I do? Yep. So what do you think? Now, the last wide receiver out of Indiana I remember being picked, and I could be wrong, was Aurelius Ben, and he was drafted by Tampa. So this is something new.
I'm going to tell you something.
Oh, was he Illinois? No, he was Illinois, though. No, he was Indiana.
You talking about Omar Cooper just got picked up by the Bills, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I don't like about this pick. 22 years old.
The Titans and the Jets have just made a trade, so the Titans will be picking first instead of the Jets. So the
I think
Jets
he's
will
from,
trade it out.
this is the only thing I like about him.
I mean the Bills. The Bills will trade it out of the first round and giving that pick to the Titans.
I thought he was that. I thought he was that wide receiver coming out of the state of Florida.
So, hey, the Jets are trying. So now you got Cooper if he develops quickly, and they still have Garrett Wolf at the other receiver, and they locked up running back. I can't remember his name now. He should have gotten out of there. So now the Titans, where do the Titans go with this pick? As you see, they traded with Buffalo. Buffalo traded with the Titans.
Yeah.
So the Titans had 31st.
So the Titans got the 31st pick. This is the almost down to the end.
Yep.
Cause we only doing the first round.
Now maybe I'm curious is if they go running back, would they pick up Price out of Notre Dame? I like him. Or if they don't pick him up, would the Seahawks grab him? Because the Seahawks can use a replacement for Kenny Walker. That's right. Kenny Walker did with the Jets now.
Kenny Walker with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Which could help that tight end.
Yeah. Titans pick is in and the Seahawks are on the clock.
What time you going to see Michael tomorrow?
I'm going to the 9:45 a.m. show.
I saw you. I saw you. You chose the Beat It jacket.
Yeah. So I like the real Beat It jacket that people were wearing. The people, not the pleather one, but the metal one.
Yeah, the metal. I'm with the Beat It jacket, but I'm going with the Wolf.
Okay. Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, the Wolf end was hard. I'm riding with the Wolf.
Yeah,
the bad and the Thriller jacket, they're iconic. It's a little your buddy's mind.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the bad jacket. Kelrick, what is that? Falk been picked by the Titans.
You know the little steel chest outfit was under there too when he had the gold on.
Yeah. Under 20,000 people there to watch the draft.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people. I don't think any other sport in America would get that kind of turnout.
Well. Did Pittsburgh Steelers have a baseball game? I mean, did the Pittsburgh Pirates got a baseball game?
I don't think if the Pirates had a baseball game.
Pittsburgh does not have an NBA team. The Penguins ain't playing. So all I'm saying is, like, everything to that point, it happened because everything is like flushed towards.
Yeah, but even in Tennessee, when the Titans had when Tennessee hosted the draft, they had record. They had thousands of.
What does Tennessee play?
In Nashville.
Memphis is where the basketball team is. Does Tennessee have a
baseball?
But
still to get people to come out to see that.
If let them have the draft in Tampa, it's gonna break another record.
Yeah, and I don't think other sports are able to do that kind of stuff. Nobody was just coming to the baseball draft. I don't think there's anybody who can name anybody that's college baseball. And basketball either, because basketball you got the guys coming from overseas, and then you got high school players. I don't know what John Robinson out of Cedar Grove High School. I don't know nothing about him other than what I read. I haven't seen him play. They say he's the best prospect coming out, but I ain't seen him play. I'm not coming to the draft to see this kid. Now, the Tennessee.
One more selection left. Keldrick Falk got picked up by Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
Edge out of Auburn, so they went
receiver and edge in the first round.
Let me see what that boy. What his name was? Malachi. What his 40 time was?
I think Tennessee wanted. I think Tennessee moved up to get Falk, not because they thought he was a first round pick, but they didn't think he would be available in round 2. And they said, we do want him and we need someone like that. But hey, we can drafting him in 31st as opposed to having to wait our turn in the second round when someone else could grab him. I think that's what they did with that trade. And Buffalo was like, hey, it's nobody in the first round that we want like that, so we don't mind trading out. Because, and remember, Belichick was a master of trading away picks, as well as back with the Redskins. What is his name? He passed on. He traded picks all the time. They never had first round picks. Can't remember.
Reservoir didn't run the 40, so I can't even compare the 40.
Yeah. You're gonna be sick until you see something that pans out during the regular season. Because anytime somebody Mesidor makes a sack and your guy doesn't, you gonna see we could have had Mesidor.
Let me. This is what happens, and everybody can do this. Everybody can do this. But if I'm not mistaken, was it Roy Williams?
Which Roy? Because there was two.
No, it was Roy Williams Jr. and Senior was a wide receiver. Roy Williams.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
Roy
dude.
Williams, Randy Moss, right? There was another sighting. Like the only time we've gotten this right is the Ricky Bell, Tony Dorsett. For real. The only time we've hit is the Ricky Bell, Tony Dorsett.
You hit with Irvin, with Michael Irvin. You hit with Troy.
No. I'm talking about, I don't know if it was a Troy or somebody. Because we weren't going to get Barry.
Yeah, they wanted Troy. They went after
Troy. We
Yeah.
weren't going to get Barry.
But they wanted
Michael
Moss.
Irvin or Sterling Sharp. Did we really win that? I could say
I would say yeah.
I would say yeah.
You got these.
Injury, both of them ended up hurting their neck in this area. But I would say from a ring standpoint, we did get that right. It was another one. That got doggone LSU, Maurice Claiborne.
Yeah.
Could have had Derrick Henry. We picked somebody. No, it wasn't Roy Williams. It was the defensive dude or Randy Moss.
Was that Carter? Was that Shante Carter?
No. He was productive though.
Greg Ellis. Yeah. But I mean it's amazing though. The draft is really, regardless of how much studying you do and how much film you watch and all that, ultimately it's all a crapshoot. And you just hope that you get it right. Wait a minute. The Falcons didn't have a first round pick, did they?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm like, wait a minute. Somebody missed.
I think we could have had Von Miller, man. But we chose somebody.
So who did they get?
The hell he talking about?
Jadarian Price. Jadarian Price to the Seattle Seahawks.
All right. Morris Blackman.
I told you. I called it. That's a good pick.
Oh, yeah, that running back. Yeah, they had
that's a good pick. Yeah, that's a good pick. And I said, I said before, I said a few times, and I said it again tonight, I think that Love and Price are going to be, could possibly be this year's McFadden and Jones, as far as two running backs from the same school getting drafted in the first round. I think Price might be better.
Now, I ain't going to lie. This 2012 draft, Maurice Claiborne, you might have got out lucky because Andrew Luck, RG3, Trent Richardson, Matt Khalil, Justin Blackman, Maurice Claiborne. All of them was just
all of them.
Andrew, all of them quit.
All of them. Yeah.
You don't start even Mark Barron after him, Ryan Tannehill. It don't even get good until
Tannehill might have had the best career out of all of them because he had 2 good years handing off to him. Tannehill. He might have had the best career out of all of them because he spent 2 years handing off to Henry.
Right. But Luke Kuechly, Stephon Gilmore, Fletcher Cox, them the names that kind of, Dre Kirkpatrick had a time, Chandler Jones had a time. Yeah, that draft was trash. Let me see.
The takeaway from tonight is 2 running backs drafted in the first round. Return of the back.
I think we could have had, return of the back.
I like that. We got 2 in the first round, and hopefully
came along
it
at the end,
continues.
didn't he?
So, and I think Price might wind up being the better pro. He's definitely in a better position going to Seattle than going to the Cardinals.
I'm not mad at the pick because it's a position that we need, so I'm going to give a young man a chance. In Dallas, you're going to be compared because who did what? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me being me, thinking that they weren't looking at this young man and they should have been looking at Mesidor. Maybe they were like, you don't run the 40 and we don't know what it is. I'm not going to mess with you. Maybe they got the man they wanted, but they definitely got the man they wanted because they traded up 1 pick to get Caleb Downs, and they have been looking at Caleb Downs. So I will give them that.
Yeah, I mean, Mesidor, I'm sure there'll be some who would say, well, what did he do when Bain wasn't on the field? You know, did he still produce? Or did he benefit from what Bain was doing? You know, I'm sure that play comes into play. So I'll be curious as to look and see how each one of them performed when the other wasn't on the field. And also if Mesidor didn't run the 40, and if Mesidor really, if he's one of those slow pass rushers And if he is when you project him, is he Terrell Suggs like who didn't run fast at all, but somehow was able to get to the quarterback, or is he Jarvis Jones who didn't run fast and couldn't get to a quarterback if you gave him a ride?
And that young man a few years ago, DN out of played for Atlanta.
Oh yeah, he had the 115 sack season,
And then
but he wasn't no good out of Clemson.
Yeah.
That fluke year.
Yeah.
He still couldn't make any tackles, but he got there. He got there for that 1 year. I can't even remember his name. He was so bad.
Yeah, I know, but you know who I'm talking about. Okay, now the defense in the AFC West. Top defense in the AFC West is Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else do you have playing in the AFC West? Denver,
KC, the Raiders.
That's it.
And
Chargers.
And the Chargers.
Dallas, Washington,
Philly,
and
the Giants. I
don't think he's staying. So what I'm saying is defensive comparables. Velador can look like he's standing out in the AFC West easier than Malachi look like he's standing out in the AFC East. It's too much firepower going on. So if he is standing out, he's really doing pretty good. There are some names.
Yeah, but you gotta look if the rest of the defensive line pans out the way Jair is expecting, that lets your pick, look a little better.
I'm not mad at the pick. I'm just saying you don't get, if you can't get Melador, you don't get Timo Melador.
Yeah. What do you think about Washington's new uniform?
You know what? Let me tell you something about that. I am all for it. And I have never been a fan of this insensitive world. And I am more or less wanting to go back to, I understand it, but I do believe that I think someone besides the Native Americans who know the real history of the Native Americans are making the argument about the spear,
Yeah, because I mean, this spear could be anybody. I
think they do too
I
much.
like the fact that the jerseys look like what they used to. I really don't think they ever should have changed the jerseys. You could have just said, okay, we changing the emblem and the name. But I don't think that, and I understand people saying, we are people. We don't want to be a mascot. But at the same time, it wasn't something derogatory. Well, the name, I understand the name. But the mascot, as far as the face, that was an actual Indian and Native American chief. It wasn't just a caricature they made up. I can't remember his name. I just like Chicago Blackhawks. That is an actual person.
Chicago kept their Blackhawk.
Yeah.
You know what I believe? I believe it's the location. I believe that Washington, D.C., White House, and what it represents adds to the sensitivity of it because of where it is. I believe that's the only thing. Because Indians embrace the Seminoles. Chicago understands what was going on back in the days up there in the Midwest area with their Indians. Like they're not, what they're saying is, remember our history.
Yeah.
The Indians,
and they do a lot.
You're not a descendant of Osceola.
Yeah, I understand just the name why you would say it, because if it was the black skins, we'd be like, hey man, what's up with that? But I don't think that the mascot and stuff, I don't find that offensive at all. Because it wasn't done as a caricature and all funny looking. Like, the Cleveland Indians, you could say, well, we don't like the way that looks. You got us looking goofy. Okay. But the Redskins mascot and the way that they honor their heritage and whatnot, there was nothing derogatory about it.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, there was nothing derogatory about it. I mean,
like they're robbing them trains.
Yeah, they did not. Just like Florida State, they don't do anything derogatory. They do a lot of sponsorship for the Seminole tribe. So I don't have a problem with the spear.
The state of Florida is not trying to sugarcoat what the Seminoles was. Them some free people.
Yeah.
Ugh, this is taking forever. Yeah, I can't figure out who owes what. Wait, what's this? The plug card?
Instantly? Yes.
No more chasing money.
I just think it's, yeah. But I think that, like you said, there's somebody else who they tried to say it's Native American, but there's somebody else who said, hey, they got this spear, so we don't, that's not right. Because you could say spears for anything. And I think they changed, instead of commanders, they should have named them after a tribe there, in my opinion. Could have named them whatever tribe is there, the Cherokees or whoever. But that's neither here nor there. What do you have? So you said you're going to see Michael. What are you expecting to get out of it? Because we already heard for as far as why they had to reshoot the movie, and the movie takes place differently than the original movie did, and because it doesn't cover. It was supposed to take place starting with the bad era, but because of the lawsuit and all that, they couldn't do it. So what do you expect? What are you hoping or
Yeah,
expecting to get out of the movie?
they said they shot the whole third cycle over
Yeah,
again because of the lawsuits.
yeah,
Ends in 1988 during what would be the bad era.
the bad era. Yeah,
Topically, it's about Michael's perspective rather than the Jackson's perspective, even though they're just right there, and it's hard not to have all of that still being involved. I'm probably by default and subliminally going to compare it to the Jackson's American story. I'm just probably just what I'm going to do. But what I expect to see is, because it's difficult, I want you to show me something I don't know. I really want you to, like I said before, I want you to give me the off the wall error, because I'm still a child grabbing hold to who this dude is. I couldn't care less about when my mom knew Michael, because I think the Michael Jackson American story kind of gave me my mom seeing Michael grow up, scared of flying an airplane, Diana Ross, etc. But I do want to see um the development of him and Quincy a little bit more. I hope they give Quincy some.
yeah. I think it's gonna be some of that.
Yeah.
Really, because it's not a true biopic. I'm expecting really for it to be more like,
do their own story to make it a biopic. Like, do you have to do your own story to make it truly a biopic?
well, it's to make it truly, you got to be, you generally you have to be involved in it.
You have to be. You have
tell
to
them,
be European influence.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, because hey, no, this didn't happen, or do this or whatever. I'm expecting it really to be more like a celebration and or an appreciation type movie of who he was. I'm not expecting to learn a whole lot of
We saw
extra,
a lot of.
because we saw a lot, but we also read a lot. The fact that he's not here and this isn't like it was a movie that was in development when he was still alive.
How old
So he's been gone almost 20 years. So Mike would have been almost 70.
Mike would have been almost 70. So it would have
Yeah,
been
he
old
would've
enough
been in
for
the
him to live and see his own movie too. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm not expecting. I'm just expecting to be able to remember the music, remember him as a performer, and see maybe a little caveat, a little quick thing about, oh, I didn't know he didn't like peanut butter. So something like that. I'm not expecting any deep revelations.
I wouldn't mind seeing from this perspective. I wouldn't mind seeing, and I don't know if they're going to show it, but just some evidence of how much he liked black women. I want to see a little bit of Stephanie Mills. I'm not going to be mad if I don't see it. If I could see, he was in the he was after him. I'm not mad at that. Not later on with the Haley Better thing, but I'm just talking about like in that little brown skin Mike era. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I would like to see some of his interaction with and what is her name? The Way You Make Me Feel, because I know they dated. I can't remember her name now. But you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I would like to see a little bit of that. I would like to see, because we heard the stories about Mike basically being ready to whoop Tupac's ass. I would like to see that.
You know what? If I could see, not necessarily him about to fight Tupac, but if I could see like some of the daughters, if I could see Quincy daughters running around the house and they like, Michael, and you see, oh, okay, that's why you felt that way. Just a little something like that. That'll be cool to understand that understood. Don't be messing with my niece like that, Tupac. That'll be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and some of his appreciation for other music, because him and Biggie did the song together. It's not gonna be included in the movie because it wasn't from the Bad album. It's the album that came later. But I would like to see some interaction that he had with some other
I
people.
hope the chat. Hold on, right quick. I hope the chat don't get mad at me, but I'm about to be honest with you. He's not here, but I wouldn't mind if Jermaine pushed the envelope a little bit and aggressively and assertively showed how much it bothered him when they left Motown when he was with Barry and the daughter, and how much of resentment he had towards his brother because he knew his brother had more talent. And I can't get. I love him and I respect his talent, but I can't get past it. There's a sibling rivalry that's real deep. I wonder if he could show that push. And also, let me tell you something. That don't get mad. Domingo, is that his name? You got a openly gay man playing. You got an openly gay man playing probably the most highly testosterone man. I want to see him do it. That's some.
They said that he played it. They said he played the part, and they said Nia Long, she did a heck of a job as Catherine.
Shout out to Nia Long and Lorenz Tate meeting again in a movie. So hey man,
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
With the ultimate, hey.
Yeah.
We playing around.
Yeah. I think I'm expecting it to be a very good movie. I know Rotten Tomatoes has roasted it, but I don't pay attention to them anyway.
Well,
when it comes to movies about us.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's certain things that they want out of it.
Yeah, and certain things they don't get, because certain movies they don't like because it doesn't mesh with their culture. But
and
for
that's
us,
what I'm saying.
we get it. Yeah.
In closing, what our culture needs to do with things like Rotten Tomatoes is, if it don't mesh with our culture, don't make them the end all be all barometer of our culture. Don't do that. This is why Ebony was made. This is why Jet was made. We went away from representing ourselves to the highest, even if we did bad. No pun intended. Even if we did bad, we went away from representing ourselves the way we want to see ourselves compared to how somebody else wants to see ourselves. And so then when we started looking how someone else sees us, that standard became how we see each other. And now internally, we go off on each other.
Yeah.
Based upon how they see each other.
Yeah, because even to this day, they paying Harlem Nights, but for us, it's a classic because of who all was in the movie and what it represents and what it means to us. But other outside of our culture, they're like, man, that movie wasn't really that good. They didn't, but they don't get what that movie meant and why it meant.
They don't get why. Shout out to Eddie. They don't get why Eddie said all black cast for Boomerang. All black cast, actors, hand equipment as much as possible. I ain't gonna say it was majority.
Yeah.
Because certain jokes you were supposed to get.
Right.
Certain themes you were supposed to get. If you don't get it, so what?
Exactly. That's not funny because it's not for you.
I guarantee you, in all the gangsters movies we love, in all those Italian films, I guarantee you in all those martial arts movies that we love in our culture, there's still something that their culture sees that we don't see. And they don't care.
Yeah, and it wasn't made for us to get.
It wasn't made for us to get it or see it. But yeah, I think that's where we went wrong, because we started letting them be the template and we start going off in each other, going in, oh, we can't say this, we can't say that. That looked like because, Rotten Tomatoes said, man, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I don't care about them at all. Because
you know what I mean? But you know what?
It's not for you.
And the thing is, we got to be the same way. We got to be consistent, because if Rotten Tomatoes would have been for it, we can't say, well, Rotten Tomatoes said we can't do that either.
Right.
If they get 5, we can't let that be the standard. You know what I'm saying? Never forget. We had to fight. to get SAT cultured to where we would pass them. And I don't think they were racist because they made them that way. They just said this is the standard and you all got to take them. And they made it the way they knew. You got to stop that. Last Dragon. But anyway, this has been the NOJASSSHOW. No Jazz Show. This is one of April 23rd edition. We'll get out of here by 12 or before 12, 30 minutes. Why? 2 hours earlier to watch this NFL draft. I hope your team pick who you wanted them to pick. And a lot of times, even when you don't pick it, you'll be mad at one night. Get fans talking about us saying we're going to now or whatever for. It is what it is, but you still don't find out till about 3, 4 years later. Give these kids a chance. Shout out to these kids. The blessings that they have. You know, I hope you all as these new draft picks coming tonight and coming tomorrow and coming in the next 3, 4 days. You all understand that these are life-changing situations that change your family life. Families, don't be all in these kids' pockets. You know, give them a chance. Give them a chance to become young adults and grow. Ladies, don't be all in these men's pockets. You know what I'm saying? Cook for the joker first. You know, let him see you're gonna be domestic at least. You know? Yeah, he got off fries and might go to a white girl, but it's the reason he did that. You all in his pocket. Give man a chance. And then new players. Don't be in such a rush to get on them people video games and be mad at the ratings. You know how you get the rating?
Yeah.
Rating with the work.
Right. Get to work.
Get the word. Who am I to talk? I just seen it too many times. For every Reggie White, there's Andre Bruce. That's all I gotta say. Straight up. Signing off. This has been. Oh, you got something to say?
Hey, y'all make sure y'all go out, see Michael this weekend. I expect that this will probably be a record-setting opening weekend, not just domestically, but globally. I'm hoping that it does happen.
Shout out to Mike, bringing people back to the. Shout out to Michael Tyson, bringing people back to the theaters. And if you don't like it, just beat it. Look, these people tank out of here. Oh, I meant to do something. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, Very good point. You just watched another episode of No Jazz. Follow us on YouTube at No Jazz Show. And make sure you hit us up on Twitter at No Jazz Show. Make sure you hit us up on Instagram at NOJ.A.S.S. Follow us on Facebook, on our Facebook page at No Jazz Show. All right? See you soon.